So here we are back at North Kilworth Wharf. Lost my phone last week and therefore lost all the footage of actually finishing the roof. Here is the finished roof. Well, I say at least it's the rust-free roof. Came all the way down. Did the entire starboard side from top to bottom. That's why it looks a little bit better, but then it instantly started raining on it. So it's clouded out and we've got little patches of staining from where the water hit. And I think in some of the bits down here, where the water was sat, there's a little bit of just irregular texture. But that's all absolutely fine. That can all be sanded out. The rain's not detrimental to the paint because it's an epoxy paint. So yeah, with it being an epoxy paint, the rain didn't bother it so much. It's still gone off. It's still rock hard. That's the entire roof painted. It needs a full sand and a third coat, and I'll be quite happy to leave it over winter and put a proper top coat on it next summer. But yeah, look at that. It looks fantastic. I will try and fit in some of the footage I got from last week from the other phone into this. So let's see what we do. So from this angle you can really see the kind of staining that the rain had on the paint, but it's still rock hard, can be sanded, can be painted over, doesn't have any structural effects on the paint. It just has this kind of speckled effect where the water that was on the paint as it was curing pulls all the moisture out of the paint and gives it a cloudy effect. Googling it online, it says it should be absolutely fine. And it's happened before on other little bits, so I'm not too bothered. We'll just sand it and put a whole new coat on the entire roof, and that'll be that done. Awesome. The fun part about it, we're all here today. Kev's here in a blue boat, Dig's here on his boat, Leroy's here doing his boat, I'm here on this one. This one I've never seen anybody at. Jason's here from another narrowboat fit out, he's been moved down here, and Nigel, the new boater, has been moved over one slot and he's working on the roof. So yeah, we've got an entire street full of people here today. Yeah, fantastic. So Sunday morning, just having a look at the paint. Didn't do any painting yesterday, just really made some random bits of furniture, cleaned up the boat, thinned some of the stuff out to get ready for wiring and lining, thinking about bits like that. So today we'll give all this a sand. You can see where it's still a little bit damp down the far end. But yeah, we'll give all this sand and we'll paint it all again today, get the third coat on. Yeah, something fun to do. Awesome. So it started raining a little bit this morning, so I didn't bother painting any of the boat. Instead, I put in my 230 volts, 240 volts, all the way down. Everywhere there's a blue loop, there will be a double plug socket. And I've also started on the first fix for the 12 volts. Now, I've got a couple of screws holding this in, but eventually the lower walls will just kind of house that in and you'll be able to access it. In fact, give me a second, I'll show you what I mean. So let's pretend that is like the lower wall, and the cabling will just sit behind you, be able to reach in and pull it out if you even need to get to it, and that will just house it all the way down when the lower walls are on. So I've just started to run the first fix of that. I've got the nav lights in already, and like I say, I've got the 230 volt all in. Been chopping out spray foam, making sure it fits, just making sure that 12 volt conduit is good. This corner's been a little bit of a nightmare, but I've got it all going over to eventually it all finish up over here where the electric cupboard's going to be. So I just got a call saying Tim's going to come and visit. He's not been here this year, so we'll see what we can get for him to do. But yeah, it's been quite a fun afternoon so far. Well, fun morning, it's not 12 yet. But yeah, I feel like we're making a bit of progress. So it's good fun. Well, it's about 5:30 on Sunday, but it's been a bit wishy-washy with the weather all day, so we've not got a lot done outside, but inside I've started to run my electrics. So I've started to bring the 12 volt into this bit where the control panel is going to be. I've done my 230 for that side. It all runs down, sits in nice and snug, all in conduit. The 12 volt is on the top and the 230 is behind the back. There's these little loops where plug sockets are going. And that's for the 12 volt shaver adapter for the bathroom. As we come down, we've got another couple of plug sockets down here. We've got the 12 volt TV cable. As we come further down, I've got more plug sockets, another 4 in the bedroom, and then bits for the nav lights. Haven't done this side yet. I'm going to start by moving all of this stuff out of the way. And we'll get on that tonight. But to start it all off, that's going to clean down more of the spray foam. Bits like this on top. Well, it's not too bad down here, but these bits, we'll shave all that off. These bits where it's sticking into the sides, I'm going to have to cut all that back to give it enough room for the conduit to sit behind the wall. And we'll come all the way down. So yeah, let's go on with that tonight, I think. So it's about 11 o'clock Monday morning. Haven't done anything to the paint yet, still haven't got out there yet. I've cleared all of this side of the boat out empty, did that last night. Set up a camp down this side. It's a bit weird, got to be honest. But I still haven't got to the paint yet. Jason from another narrowboat fit out next door was throwing away a load of these Celotex boards, Exotherm boards. So I thought, well, if he's throwing them out, let's line the hatches and line the end wall a little better. So I've made a new like insulated cover for this door. So that's loads better. And now I'm just in the process of using the extra boards he had to do the hatches. Now the way I've been doing it is I've got these big panels that I put up over the entire window, but the hatches themselves aren't lined. So I've still got these two left to do. Done these two over here. Now they don't shut properly. I need to do some grinding on the hinges just to get them to shut flush. But they're now lined. I struggle to get these out. It's 25mm insulation board. It's all the old stuff out of his boat, but as soon as you cut the edges off, it's brand new. So I've just been using some of that. And I've also done the stern doors as well. Now we'll put some vent holes into these, but that is much better than it was. So thank you very much, Jason. He's doing a lot more extensive work than I am. He's welding in. He had a boat that he sailed in and has completely gutted. So if you're interested in seeing somebody gut their boat completely and build it from the ground up, go and check out Jason on another narrowboat fit out. But yeah, thank you very much, buddy. Do appreciate it. So yeah, let's go with some of these. What I'm doing is coming over to the hatch and getting an inside measurement of the hatch. That one is dead on 47 centimetres wide by 74.3. Let's just make a note of that. 47 times 74. So then we'll go over to the workbench and we'll cut out a square of 47 by 74.3. So 47 by 74 by 3. So let's find boards. It's missing the back, but that's not really an issue, that's fine. Okay, so it's got a nice, it's a fairly square edge this side. Good buff through the corners, so let's do a nice brand new square edge. So these have got 10cm squares on them to help you work it out and cut it, which is awesome. So you just line up along a line, get a craft knife, nice sharp one. And I like to run along the ruler. A nice straight line. Do it again, just to make sure you see the foam. Snap that. Because there's no back, it will just come straight off. And normally you'd flip it over and score it. So what was our... Then we'll square off another edge. So this one might only just be long enough. So what we have to 74.3. So yeah, that gives us enough to clean up an edge. Just bring it around this way. So I can cut it with my right hand. Over and poke the end of the ruler and do another one at 74.3. And we'll come over and score that line. We're 47 centimeters wide, so we'll do the same again. With these lines, it's nice so you help keep it square. And we'll poke the back. Okay, so that's a board cut. Now it's time for the moment of truth, so let's go see if it fits. Now, these are a little bit thick for the hatches. The hatches are 25mm deep, and the boards here are 25mm deep. The plan is to, when I'm closer to the finishing the fit out, is to replace the 25mm boards with 20mm boards, which is what I'm going to use on the floor, under the floorboards above the bricks as a floor insulation. I haven't done that yet, really because I wanted to really hammer down my layout, make sure I've got the fire in the right place, remove some of the ballast. You can't do that if I've already put insulated sheets down on the floor. So yeah, at some point when I'm a bit closer to finishing, I'll rip these 25mm boards out, put 20mm boards in that I'm using for the floor, and then line over the top with some 5mm plywood, just to make it look a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. I mean, yeah, just for heat retention, the 25mm would be loads better, but they just look horrible, so we're talking about putting stickers on them or vinyl siding them. But yeah, that'll do for now. One hatch done. Right, let's do the same thing for the other one. So we get some measurements, write them down and cut out the last board we've got. Fantastic. This one is 47.1. By 71.1. So let's go and cut that one out. Tidying up the workbench. Nice flat surface to work on. Got a lot of scraps to take out. This is the last board we've got. One of the better ones. Yeah, it's really got a nice clean edge. Two nice clean edges actually. So what are we on? 47.1 by 74.1. So let's find 74.1. And we want to be 47.1 deep. And then when you snap it, come to this side, cut through the foil. There it is. On the back as well, just cut through the foil. And if it's not old and the glue hasn't gone off, you end up with this lovely clean edge to work with. This all the stuff, the glue's, you know, just coming away. Do a bit of a clean up. Oh, the blade's looking like it's starting to get a bit dull. Okay, do this bit here as well. Much better. Right, let's go see if it fits. Right. Awesome. Just need to work out how to get the other hatches to fall shut like that. A little bit of grinding on the inside edges and hatches, I think. But yeah, fantastic. So that, along with that, and then bungeed over and then to hold it in, gives me better insulation in the hatches now than in the walls for the winter. So thank you again very much, Jason. That's awesome. Yeah, give me another chance to put off painting the roof of the boat today. But yeah, that's fantastic. Much better fit. Wicked. Thanks very much, dude. Well, it's about 1 o'clock now. Doesn't look like I'm going to be getting any painting done. That doesn't look like a very good day for it. So that might be the end of the roof painting this year. It's not in a bad way. Most of it's done. It could just do with a tidy up. But it's quite happy to leave it over winter like this. And I did intend to get the roof painted this weekend, but other stuff's taken over. I've done a whole bunch of the wiring. And then today I got a whole bunch of the insulation board out of Jason's skip. I'll just show you all the rubble and stuff that he's throwing out. Just down here. Let's jump across to this lovely Liverpool. So yeah, this is what Jason's doing. He's ripping out the entire boat. So yeah. Yep, here comes the rain. So yeah, so I'm kind of glad I didn't do any painting actually. But check out my double layer insulation. So the bow doors are insulated. There's a sheet separating the inside to the outside that I can remove from the inside. And there's extra insulation on the bow doors. Yeah, it's wicked. Cool, and it all shuts nice and smooth, so that's extra protection for winter. Really do need to sort all this area out at some point, probably next year now. So there's still quite a lot to tidy up in this place. It's all a bit of a state. So we'll get on that shortly. But in the meantime, all I'm doing is I'm going to put some screws in on top of the upper battening to hold the conduit until I've got some lower walls in. So yeah, should we get on with that now? So yeah, when filling a conduit, instead of putting it all in with fingers, you get a little spanner. Put the spanner in the conduit over the wire and just run down the conduit. So it's about 4:30. I'm just laying cable now. Yeah, this one's for the water pump. So I've just put a spool at the end, pinned it down, and I've just walked the entire boat backwards while spooling off cable. Just got to go around the lights. Right, now around the lights, chair away, and then we can spool that up this end. And that's cable for a water pump. So then as I've been going along, I've been spooling up off the end of the spool, off the end of the conduit, and then labelling what they're going to be. So that's for the nav light, which is going to go there. 230 cable ends there, 240 volt ends there. So there's a double socket in the bedroom there, a double socket in the bedroom there, a double socket in the bedroom here. This is like the hallway plug. We've got 2 long ones to accommodate kitchen plugs. So I'm thinking of bringing them up to the bottom of the splash. So that's where they're longer. Then we've got, I think, a TV 12 volt coming out here. No, that's for the fridge. It's a 1.5mm for the fridge. We come down and there's a double plug socket in the living room and a double plug socket in the utility room at the end here. And they're mirrored on either side. And then I'm just, like I say, running 12 volt bits. So yeah, fun and games. Well, it's just starting to get dark. It's about 6:45. Monday, just getting ready to go home. Tidied everything all up. Moved everything out of the way. Yeah. Cleared all the front of the boat. Ready for, well, this side for light, for wiring. And then I'm almost ready for lining now. I ran out of cable, so I had to stop doing the runs. but we've got like nav lights and water pump down here. Coming down, we've got, I think, that's for the fridge. I ran out of 1mm cable, so haven't got anything for the oven or the hob yet. I've got the 230 volt all done. I've got the bow thruster control wire cable in there as well. So I've got the bow thruster control cable in there as well. That's for the shower gulper pump. That's for the toilet flush. And here is where everything's meeting up at the minute. So I've got the 230 meeting up. Obviously I can, the electrics box will go here. Got a few different things done in already. We've got the shower pump. We've got the fridge. We've got the main water pump. We've got the bow thruster cable. We've got the toilet. So yeah, so we'll keep adding to that as we need to, as we figure stuff out. And next purchase on the list is a 12 volt control panel to take all of these things in. So that's nice and tidy, but we'll have to start looking at building the electrics box when we come to just after we've lined it. So but yeah, it feels like we've made a lot of progress. Got quite a bit of spaghetti, but everything's labelled. So yeah, so I'm happy with that. Got a few more bits to add on, nav lights, tunnel lights, horn, stuff like that. Maybe a car stereo, but I'm not sure about that. Wi-Fi, where that's going, I don't know yet. But yeah, feels like we're making progress. Yeah, fantastic. And this side's got a couple of bits on. Feels weird actually having everything this side. And I take the car battery home and charge that. But yeah, it feels like, again, you know, rained all weekend. So, well, you know, lightly drizzled and rained all weekend, so it's not been very good for painting. But it's been really good for doing stuff in the boat. So I've got most of the first fix done. I've got the conduit in. So I'll do the lights in situ when I come to doing the roof. Yeah, and then we'll add that into the main loom as we go. The idea being that that's going to be accessible with the lower walls and the upper walls in, so we can still pull it out and adjust it, add to it, take bits out if we need. So yeah, feels like we're moving along. It's starting to get cooler now, dark early. Pretty soon we'll go through the equinox, and then it'll be more dark than it is light, and then it's time to start working on the boat, inside the boat. So having lined the hatches today is awesome. So now everything is double insulated. So that's fantastic. Thank you very much, Jason, again. So that's awesome. So yeah, almost, you know, preparing the boat for winter. But yeah, so that's going to do it for me, I think, for the weekend. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you're having a good time out there. Yeah, I'll catch up with you next time.